Well, Tri-Cities has been another beautiful afternoon, even though we didn't have wall-to-wall sunshine. But, you know, even with the clouds and some sunshine that we did have, we did manage to see temperatures in the low 70s, officially hitting 72 degrees at the Tri-Cities airport after a morning low of 44, which dipped a little bit below what some models were showing. And, you know, typically right there at the airport is kind of a little bit of a cool spot anyway for overnight lows. And that's just something I've noticed. Temperatures are quite warm, though, across the southeast. Compare and contrast our 71 degrees here with 88 degrees in Savannah. And notice the 90s down there towards central Florida. So yeah, the south and east is definitely heating up. So our temperatures by tomorrow with more sunshine, they're going to be nearing records. And then we get that big dip in the jet stream. We're talking about a major change, about a 30-degree drop or more as we head into Thursday with some scattered mountain snow showers. Then we warm back up just briefly, back up for this weekend. It looks like heading into Saturday and Sunday, we'll be back to the upper 60s, low 70s. But even before we get to that point, like I said, we'll be nearing records for tomorrow. Forecasting 81 degrees. If we hit 81, that will well surpass the record set back in 2006. That was 78 degrees. Tonight, mild overnight lows expected in the upper 50s to lower 60s, and some spots holding well into the 60s where we have a bit of a nocturnal inversion or just warming with height, and also some mixing with the winds should keep temperatures well into the 60s in parts of Virginia. And tomorrow looks very mild, starting out with a few clouds mixing in with some sunshine. A breezy day, but temperatures nearing records, upper 70s, low 80s. Winds gusting out of the southwest up to 25 to 30 miles per hour, really ushering in that warm air. Hello, yeah, we'll be seeing temperatures nice, well into the low 80s or so for the Tri-Cities. Even in spots like Kingsport, 82. Coming in pretty close to 80 degrees in parts of Virginia as well tomorrow. Severe threat tracker stays low, but then we up it to medium and high as we go through Wednesday, and even the high mode for Thursday for the scattered snow showers in the mountains, turning over to some valley mix potentially as we go into the afternoon and just a much colder day. But also, in the meantime, we still have to get past this first weather system. So let's talk about that high pressure in control, that cold front off to the west, that moves in. That gives us even a chance of a line of showers and storms. That moves in by tomorrow night. So we'll be timing that out. A level 2 risk to the west, and most of the area in a level 1. Level 2 includes parts of Buchanan back towards Dickinson County. So some gusty winds in spots. That's kind of what we're looking at, potentially gusting up to 60. I'm thinking as far as hail is concerned, mainly smaller sized hail, maybe P to maybe maximum up to a quarter. Tornadoes look to be a low threat with this just because some of those ingredients really lining up to be more of a straight line wind threat. Doesn't mean there wouldn't necessarily be a warning, but I'm thinking more of a straight line wind threat with this. An isolated thunder shower possible in spots for your Wednesday before that line moves in. And check it out. This is what we term as a quasi-linear convective system. And that is just a fancy way of saying gusty winds with a line. That starts to move in tomorrow late in the day, tomorrow night, then changing over to some snow. Yeah, let's check it out. Mixing up even in some valley locations by Thursday. Big change, and then those temperatures really come down. A big rainmaker, up to 1.25 inches of rainfall with this, and temperatures taking a nosedive, near freezing on Friday morning. All right, take a look at the extended forecast. We warm back up before we cool it back again for next week.